Okay. Regarding the image of public figures, especially politicians, but not limited to only politicians, this is something I have wanted to say for a long time. You may or may not see and hear or read from the real, authentic, original person, whether it's Trump or Putin or Xi Jinping or Ursula von der Leyen or Emmanuel Macron or Justin Bieber or Beyonce or I don't know, the hottest Hollywood starlet on IMDb today. It's a very ancient practice to use doubles. So this has been going on, right, for both safety and for convenience for the figure, right? It's like after 50 maybe, or even earlier, depending where your health is now, you may or may not be able or want to go to every meeting, every speech, every lecture, every fundraiser, every campaign, etc., etc. You may just want to send a stand-in to speak for you, who can do so adequately enough to fool most everyone in person, and even more on the screens on the internet. But this is an ancient thing. Okay, it's like not only can you not be sure you're hearing from the original person today, you can't even be sure that it's not CGI, right? It's like so many people have such a disconnect that like the same people who own Hollywood don't also own all the news industry, right? They own both, although luckily they are getting infiltrated. But it's such a simple thing, and I get that not everyone can see this. Not everyone can see the forest for the trees or the trees for the forest as well. You have to be able to do both in today's game, but especially now, and then on both sides, right? Like, so if somebody like Trump, whatever you think of him, if one day he is saying, we don't agree with Israel, we don't agree, we do agree this is a genocide, what they're doing, it's an unfounded war, acts of aggression, and then the next day he's saying, or a figure pretending to be him, claiming to be him, says, no, blah, 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 whatever about Israel, we want to turn Gaza into condominiums. Well, then clearly it's not the same person, and it's not the same image, and it's a matter of light and dark. So one is of the light, right? Like nobody of the light would agree with what Israel's been doing, especially once you go deeper into it. But even if you didn't know the background details, right? It's like if even just with the US's response to 9/11, which was also not what it was. Like we went to war with two countries for 18 years or something over something that happened one day, right? That like the incident was terrible. It was terrible for the world. It wasn't just bad for America. It was bad for the whole planet. But then to go and cause war and destruction on millions of people who had nothing to do with it, and really neither country actually had nothing to do with it. It was orchestrated by Benjamin Netanyahu and other globalist Satanists, mainly some of whom are Jewish, pretend to be Jewish, some of whom aren't. But none of it was what they said. I don't even think, at this point, the Saudi Arabians who they said were on these planes that had something to do with it, they probably didn't have anything to do with it either. That's just another layer of deception. But anyway, I just wanted to make this point that especially now, it's about the tone and the frequency of whatever you're hearing. So if something you're hearing feels good in your heart, if it feels true in your gut, then it probably is. But if it isn't, if it's only feeding your lower gut, your ego and your logical mind, and whatever propaganda, distorted perceptions you've adopted as your own, then it's probably not true. Like, like I like the original Trump, okay, but I don't like everything that person has said, because I think for myself, right? I don't feel the need to have to agree, or I need the world to reflect everything to fit with whatever I believe to feel safe, right? That's just unrealistic. It's totally unrealistic. And if you think that, God help you, because where we're going, it's a divide where you're either going to reclaim sovereignty over your mind, or you're going to further give it away in this way and that. And going into the AI transhumanist thing is a sure ticket on the way to losing your total sense of self and divinity and godliness. But I just thought I would put that out there while I still have a voice to speak. For anyone with two good ears to listen, I know nobody watches my channel. It's totally shadow banned, even though I have no presence online, but just thought I'd get this one out there. So for anyone that listens, just know, whoever you're seeing or hearing on a screen, it's a public figure, especially political, but it's music and movie celebrities as well, and not just in America, all over the world. You may or may not be seeing the real one, and you probably aren't if it doesn't sound like something that's helpful or useful, if you can actually tell the difference. Or something that's uplifting, like whether it's true or not. If somebody's only telling negative, fear-inducing things and not giving any solution, they may have great intentions, but it isn't helpful either. That's why I don't listen to certain channeling videos or guides or other people who, they may share very truthful information, but it's all negative and there's no solution, no bright spots. And I had enough pain in my life that I have enough difficulty in my own world that I don't need to hear only negativity from truth-bearing beings, and not also positive things as well. And that includes anyone claiming to speak for God, right? Because we all can do that, all the real ones of us. But it depends where you're at, where you're vibrating, right? So anyway, if you're still listening, good luck in the battle, the spiritual battle for the soul of humanity on earth.